Welcome back to Drawlords, where we make all sorts of D&D builds. Today's build being the best healer with built-in storytelling potential and interesting mechanics. I'm taking the whimsy of the Feywild and the cosmic power of the stars to create an interplanar explorer who traverses the planes, most notably the Feywild, learning the secrets of healing kept by its peoples and sharing it with your adventuring party. So starting straight away, we're going to take 2 levels into Druid, going for Circle of Stars. I absolutely love the flavour we can get from this class, as well as its mechanical strength. What this dip gives us is a wild shape alternative, where you can invoke a choice of constellations. You can gain extra damage on attacks, improve your intelligence and wisdom checks, as well as concentration saves, or the one we are primarily concerned with, the Chalice form, which allows us or another creature within 30 feet of us to heal 1d8 plus our wisdom mod HP whenever we cast a healing spell using a spell slot. As for the flavour, this subclass gives us a deep connection with the stars and some form of constellations map. The way I'm using this, combined with the base Druid features, is that this character is some form of explorer of the Feywild who befriends and heals its inhabitants. Now to start ramping up the healing factor, we're going to go for 6 levels of Life Cleric, to get 2 features specifically. The first, at level 1 in this class, allows your healing spells to heal an additional 2 plus the spell slot's level. The 6th level feature is similar, except when you cast a spell to heal a creature, you gain 2 plus the spell's level HP as well. Our Channel Divinity is also worth mentioning. As an action, we can heal 5 times our Cleric level HP split between your choice of creatures within 30 feet. At our 6th level cap, that's a solid 30 HP and a big AoE to get everyone up if needed. Next we head up into the bulk of the build, though before I mention that, I do want to mention the Dwarven Fortitude synergy with this build. This allows you to heal hit dice while taking the dodge action, though you do have to be a dwarf to gain this feature. Anyway, that aside, we're now going to go into Warlock. Before we choose our subclass, though you may have already guessed which subclass we're going to go, we're going to discuss our pact boon. We're going to take the Pact of the Chain. Not only does this give us a really cool partner met from our journeys across the Feywild, it also gives us access to the Eldritch Invocation Gift of the Ever-Living Ones. This simply allows us to take the maximum dice rolls from any healing effects whilst our familiar is within 100 feet. On ourselves, that is. Now, as you possibly guessed, we're going to go into Celestial Warlock. This gives us yet more healing spells, these always being cast at the highest possible level, meaning the previously stated healing effects work at max, like healing you 18 or your ally an extra 7 on top of your strongest healing spells. Don't forget any healing on yourself is also max. Celestial Warlock gives you a pool of d6s equal to 1 plus the Warlock's level, from which you can expend up to your charisma modified dice at once to heal yourself or an ally within 60 feet as a bonus action. This is the strongest form of healing word I've ever seen. While this does not activate your mega healing combo, it does mean that you can heal multiple times per turn to pump out masses of healing. Either use your Channel Divinity heal or a simple Cure Wounds as an action, then use some of your Healing Light to pump some additional healing out. Now that we have the basic build going, I think it's best to go the rest of the way into Warlock. This maxes out your spell slot level to sling out powerful healing that recharges on a short rest, increasing your total pool of healing dice that can be activated as a bonus action for greater healing per turn, and it gives you access to a couple more nice features from the Celestial Warlock. The first of which isn't negligible, but it isn't super relevant. It gives you resistance to radiance damage, and when you damage a creature with fire or radiant damage dealing spell, you can add your charisma modifier to the damage. The second feature, however, is very strong. Starting at 10th level, you gain temporary hit points whenever you finish a short or long rest, equal to your Warlock level plus your charisma modifier. Additionally, choose up to 5 creatures you can see at the end of that rest. Those creatures gain temporary hit points equal to half your Warlock level plus your charisma modifier. With the regular party of 4 level 10s, the level you gain this feature at, and an achievable charisma of 16, that's 37 temporary HP, maxing out at a 50 total temporary HP at level 12 and a 20 charisma. As for the invocations gained from having so many levels in Warlock, there are many strong defensive options that are always useful to take. If the healer dies, everyone dies. So we've got to protect ourselves to protect our allies. Armour of Shadows and Tomb of Levistus are particularly good options for this. Mage Armour for free and a defensive reaction to absorb near enough all damage for a turn is excellent to avoid large impacts, like Dragon's Breath. I imagine this character having a longer backstory, having travelled the Feywild for a long time before their adventuring days with your party. Today's cinematic moment is the final thing to do, it seems. Imagine being called to a rural town, far from the hustle and bustle of most civilization, to sort out some strange goings on. Odd creatures appearing from nearby woods, and strange people appearing for a day before disappearing, never to be seen again. As you venture into these woods, a strange sense of whimsy clouds your periphery. The deeper you go into the woods, the stranger things get, before you manage to find the source of all the oddities. A stone carving in the shape of a portal, reaching out, you touch the strange stonework, only for it to flare to life in a purple glow. Tumbling out comes a dwarf with a thick trench coat and a small dragon-like creature. As they gather themselves, the dwarf looks at you quizzically, commenting on the strange wildlife of this area. I hope you enjoyed this build, and if you want to see more builds like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.